Hey, ladies, it's your good girlfriend, Chanel Sara'Nita, and thank you so much for coming back to the Queen's Corner. I have my good girlfriend here, Cherry.
Hello.
So I'm in the ATL right now, y'all. I had to take a trip and I had to catch up with my good girlfriend, and we have an abundance of conversations. So we wanted to touch on some topics today. Our first topic, we discuss what a lot about love.
Love, being single, and like the ups and downs of everything,
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna have this conversation because we are both in a different space right now. You guys know I'm very open with you all, and I tell you about my life. So right now I am going through divorce, and I don't know, like fixing myself to get back out there when I'm ready, right? So um, I wanted to talk to Chari about that because we have this thing where we're still working on ourselves
yes,
and we're becoming better women like every single day, right?
yes, yes.
So what do you feel is something for you? I'm gonna tell you what I feel for me, but what do you feel for you is something that you really want to work on as you're you know getting ready to meet your mate, or while you're out here and you're dating, and what have you found that you feel like you may want to change or just work on? Let's start there.
I would start with saying that I want to work on me, far as my insecurities that I have within myself.
Yeah.
Um, have to be as secure with me and not always in my head about situations. I also suffer from like abandonment like issues where I'm always looking for something to happen. Okay, something bad is gonna happen. Even though everything is going good, I'm waiting for the bad to happen. It's gonna happen when? Um, if it ain't happen today, it's gonna happen tomorrow. So I have to get out of my head and just going with the flow. Not thinking too much into when like a situation.
Yeah.
Not it basically I overthink a lot.
Yeah.
Like it could be down to if everything is going good. One part of me is like, I'm daydreaming. Oh, I can see me marrying this person. Okay, I'm thinking ahead. Then on the other hand, I'm thinking, okay, this is too good to be true. Something gonna happen.
Yeah.
So just working on my confidence of, making sure that I'm asking the right questions when I'm dating, not being afraid of the answer that I might get
Yeah.
because I'm stuck into what I want out of the
Yeah.
situation. So I think that'll sum it up.
I wonder, like, what is that though? Like, that gets us stuck in the positive, like you said, thinking that something is gonna go wrong. I do the same thing. Like,
It's
not even just with like relationships, like even me
with
out here meeting
friendships.
people.
Mhm.
Yeah, friendships, like opportunities. I always think that something is gonna possibly go wrong.
I think it's like thinking about being used to disappointment.
Yeah,
And
that sucks.
yeah, it sucks
It
really
sucks
bad.
real bad.
Like it's a lot of stuff where you like with I'm looking up trauma and it's like, oh, I didn't know that was trauma. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like, overthinking and like being prepared to be disappointed because so many times this same scenario played out with different
Yeah.
people. So
Um, no, I feel the same way. I think I am really okay with saying I have traumas now. I
mm-hmm.
was not okay. I was not okay with saying like, oh, that's a trauma.
First of all, a lot of the stuff I didn't even know was
Was
trauma.
trauma.
I thought, okay,
It's like you think that it's normal, but it's really
normal,
not.
but it's
It's just little things like, oh, if a person didn't call all day, you figure they didn't went on
not.
about
Mm-hmm.
when really they may have just been busy all day and didn't get a
That's
chance
a
to
sign.
talk.
That's like a abandonment issue, and
I
it's like
have it and I didn't know. I didn't know.
somebody didn't call, and it's like, oh,
Why
did I
you
do
calling
something
me?
wrong?
Yes. What is
We
that?
self sabotage ourselves.
Real bad.
Like we're not thinking maybe the person busy, maybe they fell asleep. Maybe we're not thinking that type of stuff, or we always beating ourselves up like, what did I do wrong? I know, like, and you running things in your mind of like, what happened?
Yeah.
And really, it's like we have to get out of that. We
Yeah.
have to.
And I think that's the one thing. That's the one thing that I really want to work on for myself is number one. I have been doing a lot of shadow work, and my shadow work has started with me going back to like my past. I didn't realize how much trauma I had from my past, from my past relationship, but also my relationship with my dad, and or just relationships with friends. There has been trauma, and the oh, do you still like me? I know that came from friendships, right? As a kid, and then the dad stuff. I think just certain things just show up, bro. Like certain things just show up, and I'm like, oh no, I remember that. I saw that. I don't want to. I'm not going to deal with that. And sometimes it's a good thing because you're identifying with things that hurt you,
right?
And you don't want to see that again. And then sometimes it's not that. It's you waiting for that thing to show up that may not even show up.
And we be manifesting it, not knowing that we manifesting this negative energy.
Really manifesting it though, like really into it. Like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and leave. I did this. I think I talked about like I had a friend that I was seeing, and we talked about him before, and how I kept saying, "You gonna hurt me," and I was dead fresh out of like this whole separation and diving back in, and I was like, "You gonna hurt me," and I don't know, like I would break up with him just because I knew you were gonna hurt me.
So you try to go ahead and get out of it before because you see it coming, and you try to, even though it's like maybe what if it wasn't coming?
Right? Yeah. What if it wasn't coming?
Let me get out of it first before he can hurt me. Let me get myself out this situation because I know right now I'm gonna be hurt a little bit, but that other type of hurt, let me just hurry up and get out now.
Yeah, and you know what? And then I remember him saying, we had the conversation like almost a year later, and I was very heartbroken. Things went wrong. Things didn't really go wrong. What was supposed to happen happened. It was supposed to happen, but not really communicating and saying, "Oh, I really do like you," or this is how I really feel." It made him feel like you really didn't like me like that because I kept breaking up with him. But I was breaking up with him because I didn't want him to hurt me, which he still wound up hurting me, right? But I still feel like I don't blame myself for it, but I do feel like I manifested it. Does that make sense? Like I know I didn't make him what the things that happened, but I more so manifested it because I kept it in my mind. Like, yeah, this is what's gonna happen, And so now I know, I know for me, I'm fragile. Like I have come to the conclusion that even right now, I'm kind of like feeling my oats a little bit and seeing what I like right now, right? But I know that I have to be very careful with my heart and not letting somebody too close, but then also not pushing them away.
That's the biggest struggle right there, and that's how I'm at a space like that, right? Because before I felt like a part of me, I would say I was a people pleaser, and I'm comfortable with saying that now. And it wasn't that I was trying to get people to like me or anything like that. It was just that I'm a nurturing type of person. And it was like I want everybody to be good. I want everybody to feel good. I want, I'm that type of person. But then it's like, where did that get me? It always get me hurt.
so scary, and it's not fair. It's not
Like,
fair.
so I cannot be myself because I'm afraid of somebody hurting me and taking advantage of me.
I literally just had this conversation. I literally just had this conversation. Why is that? It's like I understand exactly what you're saying, right? You feeling like you open yourself up to be this giver because that's who you are naturally,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like you're taking from me, but you're not reciprocating.
You're not reciprocating.
And I dealt with that. I dealt with that through my own relationship. But I recently had that conversation where it was like I am big on reciprocation.
Yeah.
It's the reciprocity for me.
Yeah. So like now it's like now I'm in that type of space and it's like what I would want to do naturally, I
Mm-hmm.
can't even do because it's like, no, don't do too much.
Yeah.
Chill. Don't do
Chill.
too much.
Yeah. Because you might play with me, and if you play with me
Yeah.
this time,
And
I don't
that's
think I
a
got it.
hurtful
Yeah.
feeling. Like I was dating a guy and I thought everything was good. Great communication for as what what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Talking, we could talk all night. I love to have deep conversations,
Mm-hmm.
and me and him was able to do that. He's a hardworking man. Everything like he loved God. We watching church. We doing all that good stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking I can see myself. Having a person on my shoulder. Okay, I can see myself doing this. I'm cooking dinner. I'm making you lunch for work and stuff. I'm doing,
Why did we
And
do
why do we do that?
this?
Then the energy, it wasn't reciprocated.
Reciprocated. Yeah.
It was taken advantage of, and it was hurtful where I had to say, you know what, I'm not dealing with this.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna cut you off first.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because I don't want my
I
feelings
don't want my
hurt.
feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Let me hurt my own feelings.
Yeah.
This is it. I can't do this.
Yeah. I get that. I get that. I think just trying to find boundaries,
Mm-hmm.
that's the scary part right now for me going back
Yes.
out into dating and realizing, like, number one, I am definitely going to focus on dating myself a lot
Yeah.
more. We were just talking about that, like the traveling and things like that. Like, definitely focusing on, like, just all of me. I feel like it's this thing that you have to take yourself through. The same we were just talking about. I was talking about remarrying your motherfucking self.
Right.
Like, remarry your motherfucking self.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said it, I remember when I was having a conversation. I said it as a joke,
Mm-hmm.
but I meant what I said. Like, from this moment on, I am going to date myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to court myself. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to get to know who I
I.
am,
Mm-hmm.
fall in love with myself, propose to myself, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to marry myself.
I love it.
Yes, because it's like, why are we not doing this for us first?
Right.
We are all. I know for me, I was in a relationship at a very young age.
Mm-hmm.
Like we jump into stuff and we don't even know who the fuck we are. Like,
Yeah.
you don't even know who you are, and you've given this person so much of yourself. Like, we wind up hurt because we definitely didn't give ourselves, whether you're a man or a woman,
Mm-hmm.
because men do it too.
Mm-hmm.
Men do it too. They jump in,
Mm-hmm.
face first, and don't even realize that, oh, I've never even lived on my own, and I'm living with a woman.
Right.
No, sir. I don't even want to be with a man and never lived on his own. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Never want to do that because they really don't know who they are.
Uh-huh.
They don't know what they like. They don't know what they bring to the table.
How to take care of
How to
home.
take care of home. They don't know how to do the bills.
Uh-huh.
They're so used to everything being about us that there's really no them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want anybody that does not know who they are.
Yes.
Because I know who I am, and I'm building up so much more to know more about who I am.
Exactly.
So, like, that time right there to me is crucial. Like, this time for me is so crucial.
That's I've been working on my healing, of healing me, working on me first before I can bring any man into the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like God is allowing me to do so because I'm like, it's people like reach out to me and stuff, but it's like I don't have the interest. I don't have the interest
Yeah.
of dealing with nobody right now.
Yeah.
It's like I'm focused on me. I'm in therapy. reading books, writing, and just focusing on what do you cherry like?
Yeah.
What do you cherry want?
Yeah.
Because when I'm ready to sit down and have a conversation, I want to be able to relay, okay, this is what I want.
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And be confident in accepting of this is what I'm not going to accept, and this is what, I'm willing to work with.
Yeah.
Because it was a time where I was dating and, and I'll meet somebody and then it's oh, I'm in a relationship. And my standards of what I wouldn't deal with was so scared to speak up because I'm like, well, what if, things change or whatever, and I could deal with this, or this is something I'm not gonna make serious. I can just deal with this for the time being, so I can, just date and have something to do. Versus being the woman that I want to be and saying, no, I'm not accepting that. Mm-mm.
We good.
I need better. I deserve better.
Yes. That's what they want. Like you want somebody, you want a sister wife. Like you want somebody else to be able to come home to and be the plaything. And that's what I did not understand. I have found that I am the sexy girlfriend, the sexy homegirl. I've always been that, right? I'm a fucking unicorn. So what I do know, I am. I'm a fucking unicorn. What I do know is that any situation, I can bring magic if you allow it to happen.
Right.
If you're open to my magic, you're going to get filled up from it, right? I am now being very careful with that because there have been situations where I'm giving you my magic. You're saying, oh my God, you don't like, I can't talk to anybody else like this. Oh my God, your energy is this, your spirit is this. Let's talk. We can talk about everything. I can show you all of my world because I know what my world looks like. My world is sitting on the beach and levitating and having a good time by my damn self. And I'm good, and I can bring you into that, right? And then I'm showing, and then to other men, it's like you're showing them a new world, right? And they fall in love with that. But then you have those that fall in love with that, but they're still choosing.
And then you have and this is what I've ran across of, I'll find a guy, like, we talk and dating or whatever, and they find all of that in me, but it's like they friend zoning.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Like I don't want to be in a relationship with her. Like,
but the ones that I really don't be attracted to, they're the ones that always want me in a relationship.
That's all I'm keep running past.
The ones that I'm not really, they're the ones that's like go crazy, and I'll be like, oh my God.
God.
And I mean, right now, I don't know. Like right now, I'm feeling like I am definitely starting to attract. I'm playing with my manifesting a lot right now, right? So I've been having this thing where, oh gosh, it's going. All of it might sound bad.
Right.
Because
we family here.
We family. Because it's not that bad, but it's like I have this vixen mode about me, right? And I named her. Her name is Carmen. And Carmen shows up in the bedroom, but she can also show up when outside. She's a vixen, and she if she wants to will you in, she gonna will you in, but she might throw you back, right? So I've been playing with manifesting like that, like with men. Like let me see, like if I can eye this person, if I can get him to how I can get him to move, and usually it works. But I can always tell, like
I don't want that.
I don't really, because you giving me some vibes that I don't think is really gonna be good for me. Go ahead and throw you back. I've been doing a whole lot of like I'm giving out my information after having a long conversation. Guys say, "Oh my gosh, I have never had a conversation like this. This is an amazing conversation. I really want to get to know you, and that's great." Oh, I just came out of a relationship. I'm still, going through my process. I'm gonna need you to go ahead through your process without me. So I'll like I feel like I do a lot of drawing people in that are like still healing too, and I don't like it, so I'll throw it back, right? Or I'll will somebody in to see like, oh, I want to see if you really gonna stay over there with the girl that you with, or you gonna walk with. And a lot of the times they do. Like they'll wait until they see me by myself or they by themselves, and then
Mm-hmm.
they'll say something to me. If you can come and talk to me, you got a girl over there. I'm gonna wheel you back where you were at as well. You know
Right,
what I mean?
exactly.
But it's been a lot of like, did that make sense? What I was just saying?
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of I've been I I've been playing with when I was saying manifesting. I've been playing with that. My girlfriend, she's like my spiritual advisor, right? And she was telling me, she said, Chanel, you're an alchemist. You can literally manifest anything that you want, right? And she said, but you have to be careful with people because people are a reflection of you.
Mm-hmm.
People that you meet, you experience, they're a reflection of you. So when I meet somebody that I find out they're healing or they're going through, I can't I can't do that. I don't really want to do too much of the people that's healing. The
Because
man
you're
that is
working on healing on
because I'm
yourself.
healing as well.
Uh-huh.
And if I'm healing, I know what my process looks like. I don't want the person that I meet to be, I'm sorry guys, we're shaking a little bit. I don't want the person that I meet to be a reflection. The person that I'm going to experience to be my man. I don't want him to be a reflection of me right now. I don't. Does that make sense?
It's totally because basically both of y'all are going through the process.
Right.
And to me, what I feel like is anyone that's going through the process should need to just step back and
Yeah.
just focus on themselves. Because
Yeah.
first of all, working on yourself is a lot in a nutshell,
It is.
right?
It
And
is.
then you have somebody else
Yeah.
that's coming,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna put yours as a woman naturally. You're gonna put yourself on the back burner,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna be trying to help heal this person,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't have time for that
Mm-hmm.
because you need to be healing yourself.
Right.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard somebody the other day say, I need my man to come heal.
Yeah.
I ain't for healing
Heal the
nobody
hole.
else. And I've been through situations where it was like, oh, I'm gonna help heal him. Either it was a friend that I was dealing with, and me and him, we was friends first,
Mm-hmm.
and then we started dating. And he was his past relationship, the girl really hurt him.
Mm-hmm.
So he was still healing from that. And me
Mm-hmm.
thinking, oh, well, I'll show him how a good woman is supposed to treat him. That's the way I messed up,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And that was a lot on me. And it tore me down.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had another same situation. It's like that's who I kept meeting.
Was those type of
Those
men?
type of men.
Yeah.
It was like that's healing, going through their healing process, not all the way healed. And it was a lot.
You know what though? Somebody brought it to a friend of mine brought it to my attention when I was telling him I'm going through my healing process and really in a lot of ways I'm already healed,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he was like, well, how do you know?
How do you
You're
know?
right. He said, if you haven't been tested in your healing, how do you know?
Mm.
I was like, damn, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And I I have a friend right now, and we're both going through a healing process, right? And the only reason that I'm allowing this in my space is because I know this person,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I understand.
He's
Like
not
I
no
know
one new.
it's not anybody new.
Right.
It's like I know this person inside and out, really.
Right.
So it's like I know exactly where you are, and we kind of building on each other. Does that make sense? Like we're
Mm-hmm.
kind of building on each other, but I still have to be careful with my boundaries
Mm-hmm.
because, like I had to tell him, like you're somebody that I know, you're a friend, but you're also a man,
Mm-hmm.
and your healing process is definitely going to be different from mine.
Mm-hmm.
You can still hurt me if you want to. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna say if you want to because I feel like now I'm having control over that,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm allowing to hurt me. But you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can still do damage if you tried. You could. You know what I
Right.
mean? But but I feel like that whole I would appreciate someone telling me that they prefer to be whole before they jump into
Into
something
something.
than jump into something and at least be whole enough for yourself and then find out if you have more healing to do.
What I like that y'all doing is y'all communicating,
Yeah.
and the strongest form of intimacy is communication and y'all talking and getting to know each other again, even though y'all been knowing each other for years. Y'all getting to know each other even more as adults of going through different things in your healing process. So that right there builds a whole different type of intimacy.
Yeah.
A whole different type of bond. And in that way y'all can communicate your boundaries.
Right. And yeah. And then still, you know, this is again, I'm experimenting with everything actually.
Right.
This
You've
is
been in
all
a
long
long
relationship. So this
relationship.
isn't even this is experiment.
Mhm.
Like, you know, wherever I am supposed to flow, that's where I'll go.
Right.
I'm not I don't want to chase anything. I'm not chasing it. I'm not doing that ever again.
Okay.
I'm not doing that part. But I'm not going to force. Nothing's going to happen under duress for my life ever again. It's going to all be okay. I'm working this out. I'm taking these steps for me.
Right.
I understand who I am. I understand what I want. I definitely even now after being in a relationship for like 20 years, I definitely know what I want. I knew what I wanted 10 years ago, if I could be honest. I did. And as I've gotten older, I've learned it's just building on. Like, okay,
Right.
now I know I want this. Now I know I want a man to treat me like this. I know what I like and what I love, and I can communicate that.
And everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Even though the bad stuff that we went through, trials and tribulations, everything built us up to be who we are today.
Yeah.
That gives us our lessons, our life lessons of I had to go through this to get to this. I had to go through this to understand this. I had to go through this to now know what I won't accept and what I will. You know, so everything that we've been through in the past, you know.
I'm laughing because it's like when you when you going through it,
you be like, what?
You don't be thinking like that though. When you go through, you be like, oh no, that's some bullshit. What am I going through right now? But you really, when it's all over, and everything settles, you're like,
I seen why this happened. Now I know. Now I have a testimony, but I ain't gonna get to start preaching. Y'all.
Go ahead. No. When first lady start preaching, I listen, girl. I'll be like this. Go ahead.
I went through a whole lot. And I'm not gonna drag it out, but I went through a whole lot of like, you know, being unemployed at a time. I got laid off and stuff like that. And there was a lot of things that was going on in my life. And I was like, God, what is going on? When is you gonna show up? Why is this happening to me? Now I crashed my car. Now I don't have a car. Don't have no income. It's just like everything was just happening to me. Snowball effect, everything. But once it started to unfold and things started falling back into place, and I turned and I said, okay, God, I see why that had happened. I see why you made this happen to go this way. It was different things that I had to learn, different, you know, things that I had to go through, different lessons. And it showed that he's still gonna be there for me. He's gonna make sure, like, you know, have faith. Hold on to your faith. You're gonna be okay. This have to happen so that this can happen. And everything I seen, everything come full circle.
And it starts to build you. It builds up your character.
Yes.
It builds up your character. It definitely prepares you for whatever's coming next, regardless of what that is. If it's a opportunity or relationship or whatever.
Everything. Like I was telling my cousin, I was like, you know, Georgia is expensive. I said, now years ago when I was looking, I don't know if you remember. You don't know. Look, I ain't used to this.
I'm like, can we trade? I come back in.
When I lived in Maryland, I lived like a modest, like simple life. I made sure like everything was in my budget and it was whatever. when I lived a pretty good life. I was looking at a 1 bedroom apartment. Like, oh God. But it was certain things that God prepared me.
He was
He was
stretching
he
you
was
too.
preparing me before I even got here. Where I was like, oh, where I started paying more before I moved, and I'm like, I ain't used to this.
Yeah.
And then it's like he was preparing you. He was preparing you that now, even with moving to Georgia, years ago, I got laid off at one of my jobs and I got fired. And I was like, no what? I'm selling all my furniture. I'm moving to Atlanta. I'm going to find Tyler Perry.
every actor in the every
looking for him. Let me go look. If you see
Tyler
this, I need a job. But and I sold everything, and then I wound up getting. I couldn't find a job here, so I wound up getting a job. My girlfriend called me. She said, "Hey, this company is hiring." I said, "Girl, you got my resume? Just put it online. Put it on upload it or whatever." They called me right back. Get the job. So I said, I guess I ain't moving to Atlanta no more. I guess I'm staying here. Fast forward, I worked that job for about 6 years, and I got laid off. The office closed.
Right.
Office closed, and I said, I don't know. I'm not ready to go back to work. I'm gonna take some time to try to find the right company, that I want to go for. Making the story short. Once I get back into the working field, I find a job, and a month or two in that job, they make a huge announcement. We're moving to Georgia.
Oh yes, yes. I remember.
And my friend called me. She said, "You okay?" And I said, "Girl, was we getting laid off?" She said, "Yeah, if we don't move to Georgia." I said, "Well, I guess I'm moving to Georgia."
I'm telling you.
And I said, everything came back full circle. So as I came here, when I came here, my goal was to focus on myself.
Yeah.
To rebuild myself, do my healing. I joined church. I got baptized. Just working on me and trying to figure out, what do I like? What do I want in a relationship? Because I've been single for a long time. A long time. Like, God, did you forget about me? You got somebody for me? Like, I'm tired of coming home to my house like, hey, house, come back.
No, for real. No, for real.
Yes,
I feel that.
Yes.
I feel that. I think it's supposed to be a time of, I guess of being hidden and not allowing everybody to have a part of you. Because that's what it comes down to. Like, is there somebody, and I believe that we were talking about soulmates at one point, right? I do believe that there's more than one soulmate for a person.
I believe so too.
I do. But I believe that whomever is in your season, that you may have to wait for that person. And it's scary. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. We family. Church said we family.
We family, y'all.
It is hard out here. Okay, guys, we're back. So I know I was about to get into some stuff. I think I was about to tell you that I've been celibate for a year, and it's been stressing me out. Because, girl, what is happening over here? But Cherry just brought something out that I just felt like we need to talk about. So she said, I want to be in a relationship, but do I really want to be in a relationship?
Right. So an example, right?
Move over just a little bit.
Okay. So for an example, I meet guys. I don't give them my number. But I don't respond.
I do that too.
I don't respond, or if I do respond, I stop responding there for a couple days. And it's like, do I really want to be in a relationship? I don't know. So that's what I'm battling with, like with myself right now. Like, because I don't give myself like a chance. Yeah. Like, I know I want to be happy. I know I want to be in a relationship. I want a significant other. but they ain't gonna find me in the house.
Oh my goodness. No, I literally had like I guess a reading or whatever that was saying that like you need to get out, you need to get outside.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody actually came into the salon one day and this lady came and sat in my chair and she just started talking to me about my life. And she talked to me like she knew, like you would think she knew my life.
Mm-hmm.
And she was just downloading stuff. And that was one thing that she said. She was like, you and your girlfriends need to go out. She said, I know you're new here, but you're not going to find a man in the house. Then
Mm-hmm.
somebody is really out there waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, and she told me not to go backwards. Don't go backwards. Go forward.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody is really waiting for you. This is the thing. I am such a no BS, no bullshit. Like,
That part.
I don't want to play around. Like, I was just in Miami a few weeks ago. I met an abundance of men,
Mm-hmm.
an abundance of men that were very nice or, wanted to go out, wanted to do all these different things. And I was just like, two things. I live in LA, you live in Atlanta.
Right. That
Or I
part.
live in LA and you live in New Orleans. Or I live, it was, and it was just like, I want to be loved on. And it's no BS for me. Like it is going to be hard to meet people. I think for me it's going to be hard because I really don't have a time to play. Like
Yeah.
it's like I want to date. I do want to date,
Right.
but I think I'm in a place where I'm specific about what I want,
Yeah.
and I know I'm new to this, so I know that's hard.
But
Like
I
sometimes you
get
just got to be
you.
like, okay, you gotta, you can't have all of these different wants or whatever. I don't know what they say.
Yeah.
But I just feel like I'm not gonna if I'm not attracted to you, I'm not attracted to you. You
That
feel what I'm
part.
saying?
That part. And I'm not like a type of person to say, "Oh, I have a type," for
Yeah,
as like with looks or anything like that. But
I
if
do.
I'm not attracted, I don't. Like I don't. But I can meet somebody that I'm not attracted to, and we have good conversation. It's something where it's like, okay, where I'm attracted to you in another way.
That part, no, no. I take that back. I take that back. I do have a type. I do have a type, but I have found myself falling for people that were not my type.
Hmm.
Like I have, and it's just the conversation. I feel that.
So when I say I take a chance and I say, okay, well, I'm really not attracted to this person. But let me give him my number. Let me see, and then it's a good morning, beautiful, all day.
All day.
What you doing? Like I'm at work.
What you
Like what?
doing? What?
What are you gonna say? Hi, my name is so and so. I would like to get to know you. Would it be nice if I take you out? Can I take you out on a date?
I've had that, and I still just was not attracted. I don't know
Now, if you come to me like
why.
that,
So I was saying that the conversation I had with my friend, I was telling her how I felt about, the way she was kind of treating me at that point. And her response was, we should speak soon. I understand how you feel, right? I am so used to whether it's not never really friends because I have had issues with like not saying how I felt to friends, right?
me
That was
too.
probably one of the first times that I've been able to say this is how I feel, right? And that's how I know I'm growing up, right? But with family, with my husband, it's always a combative thing where if I say how I feel, it turns into an argument. So I can never say how I feel because as soon as I say something, we're arguing, and you're not even understanding or you're resisting me, like you're rejecting how I feel. So I've always had issues with like being able to communicate, right? And lately in the past two situations that I have been in, they respond the same way, where or they don't argue with me, or they'll like one guy was saying he was like younger than me, and he would be like, okay, we had this thing where it's like I don't want to fight, Like, I don't want to fight with pineapples. That means everybody stop where we are. We're gonna stop where we are. But he also knew how to just like shut me up without shutting me up. Like he wasn't disrespectful. He just knew how to. All right, we're not gonna go. That's it. We're not gonna go any further. And for me, it helped me to be more submissive as well.
Okay.
Because I would prefer somebody. You can tell me how to stop without being disrespectful. I was used to being disrespected. I was. I was used to being disrespected, not being able to say how I felt and you understanding that. So now that has become that's my challenge right now. My even a friend recently, one of my friends, well, my friend that I'm kind of seeing now, he's just like I don't know. He said something a few days ago, and I was already not in a good space, and I didn't lash out, but I kind of like was very stern and clear about what I said, and he was just like, if I hurt you, if I said something to that made you feel, I could feel that I made you feel a certain way, so that wasn't my intention, and I don't know how to respond because I'm used
You
to
to
like
somebody coming back with an argument,
argument.
and now you have to defend yourself, and it's like
I
I don't have
always
to
defend myself. I
I
don't have
was
to
defending
defend
myself.
myself, even with my friend. She was like, we should talk soon. It took me forever to get back to her because I'm not used to somebody being able to just say that and feel like we can communicate this. And I can communicate though. I can.
Because me knowing you, I always felt like you say how you feel. You ain't going for anything. You ain't, even if it's going to turn into whatever, you going to say how you feel. You don't care how the other person, I'm going to tell you how I feel. What you struggle with, I definitely struggle with the same thing. And with me, it haven't always been an argument, but probably so because I never spoke up.
Yeah.
I never said anything. I just go ahead. And a part of it is being afraid of it turning into an argument and then me and somebody not even being friends anymore, or me and the guy not dealing with each other anymore. So it's like that fear of abandonment again. I know we've been using that word a lot, but that fear of abandonment is like, I'm not even going to say nothing because it's going to be worse. And it's going to turn into something that it don't even need to be. So I'm just going, just let it go. I'll let it slide.
And the fear of losing.
And the fear of losing.
Yeah, that sucks. But it's real.
And now I have to get in a space where I have to speak up.
Yeah.
And it's one situation, I'm not going to go into it because I know we come into the end of our time. But recently, with a associate of mine who asked for a favor, but then it was like going beyond.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'll help anybody out.
Right.
And that's because that's me.
Right.
But in this point of my healing, I'm only doing what I want to do, and I'm not exceeding. Yeah. I'm not like,
you're learning boundaries.
I'm learning boundaries.
Yeah, for sure.
And okay, it took me. I felt good that I spoke up and said how I feel when I said, with me saying no.
Yeah, because no is hard.
No is, oh my God, no is so hard for me. But me saying no, me expressing how I feel of like, this is the reason why I feel this way, And then even with her response, it was, okay, thank you. I truly appreciate everything that you did do. And I'm like, okay, what's the shit? And then even turn into an argument.
And it's like, why do it's like so much anxiety, like, oh my God, what if this person just hates me after this? And it's like, no.
I was questioning everything. I'm like, God,
you be ready for battle.
Yeah, like, and do you want me to help this person? Do you want me to do all that? Like, I
you took it back to the gospel.
God. I'm a good person, but now you make me feel like I'm a bad person. Or is you just testing
you?
Testing me to see if I'm learning to put my boundaries in place with people.
Yeah. So I definitely feel like those are things like that I really wanted to work on, that I really focus on working on before I move forward with anybody. Is like, and that's why At first I said, you know what, I'm not gonna date. I'm just gonna focus on like just healing, and I
Right.
don't even feel like I'm actually dating. I just feel like I'm experiencing people, and it's helping me because I know that I'm gonna get to whomever that person is. By the time I get there, I'm gonna be ready
Right.
because now I've done and I've dealt with certain things.
Did the work.
So yeah, I feel like I'm doing the work for it. Um, I don't. I was gonna ask like, what would you do different more than anything? But I feel like in relationships that we've been in, I won't even say there are things that I would do different moving forward. Maybe there are things that I could have changed, but I don't know. I feel like I had to, like you said earlier. Sometimes you have to go through those things to figure out who you are.
Yeah. To sum mine up, I would say I would speak up. Speak up on how I feel. Speak up on the things that I won't accept. So when you have somebody tell you, I ain't looking for no relationship,
Let it go right
let it
there.
go right
Oh, I
there.
feel that. I feel that. I feel that.
Let it go right there instead of thinking, well, maybe, it'll turn into something after we spend a lot of time with each other and let it go right
He
there.
made a decision
He made
already.
his decision already. He
Yeah.
don't want a relationship. Stop telling yourself when deep down inside you know that's what you want, and then you telling yourself, well, I ain't ready for no relationship either.
Yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
you know you want a relationship.
Yeah.
So I have to speak up and stand on the things that I want.
Yeah, and really be honest. I had to
Be
be
honest
honest
with
too.
myself.
Like, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm gonna let you know. I do believe that I'm gonna want a relationship soon. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know when, but I am. And just understand that if that's not what you want, I'm gonna go about my business.
Right.
Like, that's just where I am with my like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead about my business because I'm not putting myself in another situation for you to not want something and then you wind up going after something anyway
Mm-hmm.
that you didn't want, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not me. Okay, so we're gonna do our rapid fire, right? I have some random ones, so I'm just gonna run with it.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Calling or texting?
I talk on the phone all day, so sometimes I be preferring the text, but I'll say call.
Calling, okay. Um, I think I like a phone call too. I like a FaceTime actually. I like to
Yeah.
FaceTime and talk.
Yeah.
I like to go on FaceTime dates too.
Oh, I never did
I
that.
do that with my friend now. Like we going on, are we dating tonight or
I like that.
yeah? We're like okay, we have a phone date.
Okay, I'm about
Okay,
to try that out.
cool. Yeah. What do you love eating on dates?
Steak, girl.
Hey girl.
Yeah.
Well,
Steak,
okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
steak or seafood.
Okay, I'm definitely seafood. I'm crab everything. I am a crab. I thank God I'm not a actually Cancer is my moon sign, which I don't understand how that happened because I don't. I'm sorry. Uh, but yeah, definitely. I was gonna ask you, what would be your ideal date?
My ideal date is sitting down at dinner, talking, having a great conversation, getting to know that person, and then having fun and doing something fun. Um, or even if it starts out with something fun, like we go bowling or something like
Mm,
that, and then after we bowl or before we bowl, we sit down and at the bar or something, and just have a
drinking.
good conversation,
Yeah.
and then maybe a lot of times my good dates that I always like remember is like we start out and we probably go at one spot and it's like I ain't ready to leave you yet. We having so much,
But let's
like
go somewhere
let's
else
go
and have
somewhere
fun.
else, and then we go somewhere else and hang out
Yeah.
where the chemistry is just so good and it's just like we can have fun, we can chill, talk, and
Yeah.
it's all in that.
That's me. I was gonna say like my ideal date would probably be, I like hiking and stuff.
Right.
So
I'm not that girl.
I am like I don't mind stuff like that. I
Hmm.
don't have to go dress up the first day we go out. I don't have to do that. I'm really okay with having fun. Like, give me some four wheelers. I want to get on a bike so bad. Like I am so okay with stuff like that. Like I'm definitely very tomboy chic, and I
Mhm.
like my tomboy side.
Mhm.
So I don't know, something that's fun for real. Like
Yeah.
I want to have good fun. We can, and then that I do like that. Like we can bar hop a little bit,
Mhm.
but I want to have a time. I want to have a chance to see a person at his purest state, and then I want a time to sit down and us to really talk.
Talk.
But when we talk, we vibe. Like I love to sit on the beach. I love picnics on the beach. I love
Mhm.
like late nights on the
I
beach.
would
Like
love that.
girl, it's a vibe.
I would love
Let
that.
me tell you something.
First of all,
First of all, I'm a vibe setter. I'm not gonna lie, sis. I can set a vibe. You
yes.
talking about make them fall in love? Let's do this.
And I
Like,
be wanting to do that type of stuff. I don't be finding the right guys.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't be finding the right
And
guys.
to me, it's like pulling. I like to bring people into my world
Mhm.
of what I like to experience. It could be something as small as like let's go on a joyride and just listen to R&B.
Yeah.
That's a vibe for me.
Yeah.
Like you can really pick me up, Uber me around in your back seat. Let's listen to some music. Let's vibe out and give me a chance to get to know you. And we can date the second time. Now, if it's somebody that I'm not really sure about, just meet me at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Other than that, if I feel like I can really vibe out with you, I'm going to
And
vibe
I'm
out with you.
comfortable with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to vibe out. I'm going to vibe out first,
Definitely.
and then we can go out to eat the next day. Yeah. So okay. Um, who is your best friend?
One of my good girlfriends from elementary school
Okay. When
and
did
my
you
sister.
when did you get your first kiss to your sister?
I was hot. I probably was like,
Oh shucks.
let's just leave it at elementary school, probably.
I think my first kiss was sixth grade. No, 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 it wasn't.
now, we talking
It was
like,
like
or we talking like French kiss?
my first my first French kiss was
I was in the fifth grade.
I I was out either in the eighth grade or the ninth
I don't know, I was like in the fourth or fifth
grade.
grade.
I killed my daughter. Where's she at? I would kill her.
Oh
Let me see.
God.
What is your favorite activity in a day?
Hmm. I don't know. Lately my life has been like a little boring. I've been in the bed watching TV, watching crime shows. That's my favorite
That's been your
activity.
favorite activity? Oh my gosh. That's not your favorite activity in a day though. Like if you was to if Charlie was to sum up Charlie's day, if I was to sum up Charlie's day on a being a favorite activity, it would probably be like lunching, brunching with the girlfriend.
Yeah. I haven't done that in so
So long, me either,
long.
Charlie. It's
Yeah, well,
okay.
I did go home last week,
Yeah.
to my hometown, and
We from Baltimore City.
and think about your mama.
Cause you know we from Baltimore City.
And I did have brunch with the girls, and it was a vibe. The music was great, like, and they was playing all like the old school R&B, and the
Yes.
music was good. The food was good. The conversation was great, and
I'm
yes, I
yearning
can
for
say
that.
that.
I'm so yearning for like girlfriend time, like
Yeah,
real girlfriend time. Yeah,
yeah.
I love that. Okay, let's see. Which one do you prefer, Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Okay, what is your dream car?
I want a cherry red Mercedes. It don't matter what kind. I
Love
don't
that.
think. But that's what I want.
So my car is a drop top Bentley.
Hmm.
I want a drop top Bentley with cream seats.
Okay.
That's always been mine. Always been my
Yes.
color, but it's pearl white. It's not white. It's pearl
Pearl
white.
white.
Yes, yes. Okay. Um, what's the last song you listened to?
It was a gospel song. Kern Clark shared Sunday morning.
Okay. Oh, the last song I listened to, I can't even remember now. Oh my gosh. My daughter, I gotta find it because you will love the song actually. You
For
would
real.
literally love it. Harley has my girl's got like the best playlist ever. Highs and lows. I'm gonna send it to you. It's called
Yeah,
Highs and
send it to
Lows.
me.
I was like, Harley, you're a vibe.
I love listening to music and then pulling up the lyrics and
Oh my
listening.
god, it's gonna give me a whole situation. I'm gonna have to send it to you.
Yeah.
But list 5 things that make you happy.
Music, God, which should have been first. um, Food. I love cooking. That makes me happy. That's my happy place. Friends and family.
Okay. For me, it's definitely my spiritual relationship with God. Travel makes me very happy.
How did I miss that?
I don't know
Yeah.
because you're never home. Oh, I don't know how. I don't know what happened there. Um, but before that, I would say my girls. My girls make me
Yeah.
absolutely happy. They, yeah. Travel, doing what I love. That is my freedom, and that whatever that is, it's like
Mhm.
doing what I love, writing, like producing, like being in my element, creating. It really makes
Yeah.
me happy. It really makes me happy. Um, just my family. My family drive me crazy. But having family memories, building real memories with my
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
and building real memories with my friends. That really does make me happy. Even in situations like this, it makes me
Yes.
happy.
Yes.
Like I don't have to. I find myself very happy with my friendships when they are very pure and intimate. I love that. I prefer that over everything being big. I do. I remember this stuff. I mean, I remember big stuff, but I remember this over,
Yeah.
yeah, big stuff. Okay. Let me see. I want to find one more. What makes you nervous? What makes you feel nervous? Good one.
That is a real good
That's a
one.
real good one.
I would have to take it back to our conversation that we was having earlier. Hard conversations of having hard conversations with anyone, friends, family, significant others.
I can agree with that. I think hard situations make me nervous. I mean, hard conversations make me nervous. And I think when I feel like I'm close to something that I want, I get nervous. That too. That
Mm-hmm.
definitely makes me nervous. Um, Commitment makes me nervous. Commitment does make me nervous. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think if today or tomorrow it was somebody that I really wanted to be with and they were ready to commit, I would be like, I don't know if I would
You
be.
know what that always play in my head of like I be saying I want a relationship, but what if like
Because it gets
it gets
real.
real at
It's
that
like you
point?
want it, but it gets real.
Cause like right even now, like I feel like I'm doing really good at keeping a commitment with like a hairdresser, a nail tech.
I want to be
I'm
like you
not
when I
that
grow up.
I
I'm not committed to
I'm
that
not
stuff.
I'm not committed to that stuff at all. So this is new for me.
Yeah.
But back home,
Yeah, I'm going
I'm
wherever I'm
I'm
going.
going wherever I'm going. I'm going
Yeah.
wherever I feel the love is. I'm going wherever like I feel like that I'm going wherever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like
A relationship is different.
yeah, like I'm like I have and I think I told somebody that I was like I have commitment issues because how y'all go to the same hairdresser for all them years or you going to
Yeah.
go get a facial from this person or and you setting up your weekly appointments. I'm not that. I'm not
I'm
that.
not good with that.
I'm
And
not good
I
with
want to
that.
be good with that
I
though.
do.
I feel like commitment is the one thing in my life that I need to do better at.
Yeah.
Commitment and consistency.
Consistent.
Because I was listening to something the other day that was talking about consistency will help you build the blocks to your future.
Mm-hmm.
And it made so much sense because, you know, just being consistent in one thing every day, a little bit at a time, can build something up. But with like, I mean, going back to committing to a relationship, it's kind of like it's it's crazy because it's like it's something I yearn for. I want a lifer, like I want a lifelong partner that's
Yes.
like my person. I do. Maybe that's why I'm scared of commitment because it has to be that person. I feel like anything before that person, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I really want to say, because commitment comes with a whole lot of stuff. Like that comes with us moving in together at some point. That comes with you really get digging into my life and knowing who I am for real. Like you're good, you're bad, you're ugly. You're good, you're bad, you're ugly. You're when I'm not doing too well today. If I'm depressed today. If I'm not okay. Like, are you going to be able to handle all
All
of
of
my
mine,
flaws?
all of me.
So I think that's what scares me about commitment. Okay, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed our conversation. We're probably going to do this again sometime this week, but
Yes, I really enjoyed
you
it.
did. I did
Yes.
too. We had a great conversation, so I hope that it kind of enlightened you guys on your thoughts about relationships and getting yourself prepared and ready for what's next for you. And we're gonna keep working on ourselves.
Mhm.
I think we
And
realized that we got some
knowing,
stuff.
yeah, and then knowing that you can too relate. You're not the only one that's going through or feeling the same way. You can relate to some of the stuff. Like we all have our flaws. We all have been here, done that before, and experienced some of the same stuff. And just have to stick together as women, talk through it. We gonna get through it.
And get through it, girl.
Yeah, we gonna
Without
get
crying,
through
we
it.
ain't gonna cry.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cry. I ain't
Okay, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with somebody else. And come back and see us at the Queen's Corner. I am Chanel Sara'Nita.
And I'm cherry like the fruit.
And we love y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.
See ya.
Thank you for tuning in to another fire episode of the Queen's Corner. Please like, subscribe, and share with another queen. Love you, girl.